Hi everyone, Françoise Alloin-Monroe. I just want to share some reflection I love about astrology, the stars. I've been an astrologer since many years now, and this is my first video. So let's be guided by the stars. You see, at the moment, there's comment dire, it's a very significant time. There's a big alignment in Pisces, and Neptune had just entered the sign of Aries. So we are just into this in between the end of the cycle, Pisces, the beginning of a new one, Aries, just at the brink of ending and beginning. So for some people, might be a bit uncomfortable and scary. And it's a time where we need to let go of a lot of past energy habits to meet what we don't know yet. It's a time to be like the fool. The fool. So the fool, you can see he has finished his a cycle. So he's coming out of a cave and he's ready to jump into the unknown. And he's got a big smile because he's fully protected with the great Zeus, Jupiter. So he trusts, all right, it's a new journey. He's happy to start. You see, the landscape is barren. We don't know yet what's going to grow on this beautiful earth for the next journey. So it's where we are at the moment. So like I said, if you go with the full journey, so you are singing que sera sera, whatever will be, and you go. So this is for you to bring a new light, your new light, a new way, Aries, new light, new way. And in fact, when it's Aries is a sign who says, I'm born, this is my first time, so I come back to myself. It's time to come back to myself, but this time is to lean into your uniqueness. You want to show who you are, really, Aries. This is who I am. And also, because, like I said, the full jump into the unknown, the goal of this new phase is to discover your purpose. In fact, when we see the big scale, on the big scale, the purpose of each of us is to return to our soul, to return to our source, to the oneness of all. So at the moment, it's a good time. It's a full moon time. Tomorrow, today we are the 12th of April. So tomorrow the full moon is happening. It's a full moon in Libra. The sun and moon are opposite at 23, what is it? 20, where am I? Sorry. Let's look at the, I forgot. Anyway, so the moon is, I don't know if I can share this, let's see if I can, I can share it. Share it. Yes, voila. So you can see this is a Libra full moon. The sun and the moon are opposite at 23 degrees Libra Aries, right? So, this is made on my city here, Croy, in Queensland, Australia. So just look at the planet and where they are positioned, and also their conversation in the middle. What do they say? Okay, so um, it's good to see which axis is impacted in your natal chart if you have the knowledge of your natal chart to see where this full moon is going to touch you. All right. So, because this is showing a big decision time, it's an opposition. It can be a time of ending, like I said, finishing, and or a time where uh, you go to completion. This is the culmination time. So, what is happening to you at this time regarding you, Aries, the way you start a new way, and also to look the way you are poised in this life. Your balance is very important. So observe what is happening. So because a new moon, it's a big decision. We need to release a lot of things. We need to and because there's this alignment here, you can see in Pisces, it's a time because this new moon is very affected by Venus. Venus is ruling the moon. Venus is ruling the sign of Libra. So Venus in Pisces conjuncting Saturn, the North Node, Pluto, and also Neptune. But all this alignment in Pisces first, it's all about releasing, ending, detoxing. Maybe um, you are inspired to be inspired to detox. And I have a friend who is doing that. It's very courageous to do that. Okay, decluttering your life, also purifying. Okay, so it's like and also looking where what do you sponge in your life. Passion is to be like a sponge. What are the energy you are sponging, and where can you put some boundaries, some limits? Where can you say no, no, not anymore? So Venus is also very strong. She's ruling the this full moon, but she's also what we call exalted in Pisces. It means when she's in Pisces, she's bringing a full light, a full expression, her best expression. And she's also, you see, like she's written in red here, which means she's still going retrograde, right, in her phase. And but on the 13th of April, tomorrow, on the day of the full moon, she's going to be stationary direct. So her energy is hyper concentrate, very, very strong Venus we have at this time. And if I want to add more strength to her position, she's also now the morning star since the 23rd of March. She has passed, she has overtaken the sun, and we can see her in the morning. The first light is a beautiful Venus, which is called also Lucifer. And in certain culture, Lucifer it's seen like the diable, the devil. But no, Lucifer in Italian there's a word luce, which means the light, and Lucifer is the light bearer. So she's bringing her new light from just after the 30th of March, right? And so she's in the morning sky, and every morning now you can look, but not every morning at this time, we can see with visible eyes, we can see Venus and Saturn because she's conjunct Saturn, you can see that. Um, well, Mercury might be a bit small, but we can also see Jupiter and Mars because just before uh, them, we could see them. No, maybe it's not what I said, but they are visible just before the sunset. Is what I mean. So with natal when you look at your natal Venus, mine is in Cancer in the sixth house, all right? So you look where she's positioned in your natal chart because she's showing your emotional feelings. your emotional feeling nature. She's also showing your sense of value, what you value, what fuels your your sense of value. Okay, so in she has a strong cycle being the morning star now. She has a strong cycle with the sun, who durate about 580 plus days, right? Cycle where she becomes the morning stars and after the evening stars. So it's an emotional process. So at the time being just becoming the morning star, it's quite a big energy showing the she wants to really emphasize the feminine polarities in us, you know. She wants to emphasize the set of value we are choosing, what is motivating our action, what because when she, like you can see at the moment, she's talking in good conversation with Mars, which is a trine. You see this green line here, it's a trine 120 degree. So she what is motivating my action, you know, and I'm quite emotional at this time. And also because she's conjunct Mercury, it's like what is guiding my mental process. So Venus is always, you're going to see if you learn a bit more astrology, she's always flirting with the sun. She's never past 47.5 degree after or before. She's always around, same as Mercury, but Venus is this way. She's flirting. I like to say that. So she danced with the sun. Okay, so being the morning star. Okay, and you can see if you are born with a morning star Venus because she's ahead. You know, she's when you turn clockwise the planets, you can see she's ahead, like at this time she's ahead of the sun, so she's rising before him. If you're born with a Venus before the sun, then you are born with an evening star, Venus being an evening star, being Hesperus. It's called Hesperus. Okay, so it's more introverted with your emotion, more introspective. So, but with the morning star, you are more spontaneous with your emotion. So we are invited to be more this way. So this this full moon has a strong emphasis on Venus, donc on Libra as well, because Venus rules Libra. But because also the moon in Libra, you can see that, and inside there's this green conversation made with little dots, and you got it's called the unconjunct. It's an angle of 150 degrees. It's more so a desire to adjust the self. It's something we need to work at, and Venus is not Venus. The moon is in conjunct at 23 degree. She's in conjunct the what does she in conjunct? The Neptune, Neptune, 150 degree Neptune, and also Neptune and non, sorry, excusez-moi. She in conjunct 23 degrees in opposition. No, oui, she's in conjunct Venus and Saturn, voilà, in Pisces, and she in conjunct Uranus in Taurus here. So because it's what we call this little triangle, a yod, it's also called the finger of God. So it's almost a pattern of fated or destined energy. Fate and destiny is at work with a yod, all right? And the planet, which is, it's not the luminary, the moon in Libra here, where this yod is pointing, need to incorporate in her decision, in her action, in her flow. She needs to incorporate uh, Venus and Saturn and Uranus. Does it mean like she needs, at the moment, it's an invitation for us to be working with time, Saturn, working with a flow, to also develop a great balanced flow, a peaceful flow, and also with great unconditional love, because Neptune is not far from them as well, is included in the equation. So it's like unconditional love, spiritual discipline. Saturn is about discipline. So in Pisces, we want to develop spiritual discipline. And also at the same time, with Uranus in Taurus, which is also ruled by the Venus ruled Taurus and Libra. So it's to bring a uniqueness to this, to a self. We want to be authentic, a new authentic self. And Saturn will is enabling that. He helped to manifest that. He helped to transform. Saturn is he helped to transform the lead in gold. All right. So we can create at this time. We have the possibility to come out of this as a self, a true self. So and well structured, and committed. So when I look, this is the main thing we can see at this time. All right. So we still need to say goodbye to certain habits, to certain relationship, to certain situation, to certain set of value we had so far, and to embrace new ones who comes out of the blue, through a book, through a person, through a workshop, you know. So it's really a time of surprise. And it's also a good healing time, because the sun is conjunct the planet Chiron, and Chiron is like inner doctor. This is the inner doctor. Chiron is the inner doctor. And he wants you, remember, Chiron is the first individual wound. And in areas like, I've got difficulty to be me. I would love to be me. When can I be me? My sense of I am is wounded. How can I heal that? Okay. So it's all about being with, this is ruled by Mars. Mars is quite emotional at the moment. Mars is in Cancer. It can be in Cancer. It can be very sensitive, overprotective, because Cancer is to protect. All right, so it can be like that. And when I look at his position here, Mars is sent a beautiful trine to Venus, Saturn, the North Node, Mercury, and even Neptune. So to this alignment, is supporting. So he's very caring. So be gentle with yourself. Honor the gentle child within your inner child. Because now with Pisces and Aries, you see we are on the brink of these two worlds, to the energy and beginning. So it's like we can look to the past, we can look into the future as well. See, so you have the power to be in both, so you are in between. Libra, being, balance between these two, and it's good to take a bit from the past, what is, you can still carry this for the future with you, and select what you want to keep. So you decide at this time, you decide what's really matter in your life. This is a time of burning ground, it's a time of selection and decision before we're going to go forward. Okay, so because with Aries, with Neptune in Aries, it's about to be becoming very clear in the sense of myself. I'm availing myself. You know, I know who I am. In Aries, I am confident and clear, and I know what I want. Okay, so I can go forward. Hmm? So I can flow forward, you know, with Neptune, because Neptune is ruling Pisces, so it's all about I am water, um, I am the sea, I am a wave, and I have to be careful. What is polluting me? Is there toxin in me? I need to release this. I need to purify it. Is there some drugs in me, some medication where I became addicted to them, you know, addiction? Or am I blind to certain things? Am I seeing illusion, you know, deception, disappointment? Or is it a lie? So now it's time in Aries. So I now want to see the truth. I want to be truth. I'm no more an actor, you know, or if I want to act, I want to act myself. I want to be truly myself. This is my true story. This is me. And in the making, I want to be freed in my way of driving myself. All right. So I have to also be very caring with Mars in Cancer, ruling Neptune in Aries. I want to be very caring and check my boundaries, my limits, my frontier, and I want to make my dream come true. Hmm? So it's a bit like water energy here, this big alignment in Pisces, and Neptune ruler the Pisces in Aries, and this full moon Aries Libra. So we have a great yin and yang energy between the male and the female, and between the gentle and the brute, you know, the one who wants to blend and fuse, and the one who want to scared and be independent and going on its own, you know, not partaking. Hmm? So this is in between these two different flavor. Hmm? So there's a lot of energy with Venus in Pisces, all right? She's in the sign of Neptune. Neptune is in Aries, all right? So there's a sense, and she's now finally, this is a time for her to start her spiritual journey, to start to be a spiritual warrior. Yeah, to start to be a spiritual female warrior. Okay, not female, feminine energy warrior, because you can be male, female, whatever, whoever you are. It's about to be a beautiful um, divine energy, divine feminine energy, with the divine yin energy, to be in the feeling, you know, not too much in the mental, to be in the feeling, to be into the interconnectedness, you see. And also you can see also uh, the black moon Lilith is quite strong as well, because she's sending a T square, you know, she's a square to Pluto and Mars, which are opposite, and they're going to be more so opposite in the near future, when Mars is going to enter uh, Leo on the 19th of April. Okay, so and it's going to be opposite Pluto on the 27th of April. So this month of April is going to be full charge with more fire after that. Okay, so the intuition will be heightened, will be driven by intuition with Neptune in Aries, and with Lilith in a T square squaring Mars and Pluto. Okay, she's very she's she stood, she stand in her power. So it's an opportunity for you to stand in your power, being your unique self, not be fearful of judgment of others. The one who judge you, well, they're not resonating with you. They're not embracing who you are. They would like you to be what they would like you to be. That's it. But the one who applaud your light, embrace your light, they are your family. They are your heart family, your soul family, so your vibrational family. Hmm? So this is good to step out of and be strong, and feel free and autonomous, with Aries, and feel a leader, a spiritual leader of your life, and to not compromise, because Lilith is uncompromising. She doesn't want. She's rebellious. She's a bit like Aries, which is conjunct the sun. Aries is the sister of Mars, a great warrior goddess as well. So this moon, which is emphasized by this yod, this little triangle here, composed with Venus, Saturn, and the North Node, and Mercury, and planet Uranus. Venus, the moon is in a she's a loving. She's a part of you which is loving the balance, loving the peace in Libra, loving the beauty which is unusual, the beauty which is imperfect. With Uranus, the beauty which is unusual, particular, curiously different. So, and the beauty which is unique with Uranus. And she's also, she's very maternal, and she wants to bring with Venus and Saturn, like justice, Venus, Libra, the goddess of the scale, she wants to bring social justice. There's a lot of low energy involved at this time. If you look around if you look at the political world, there's a lot of low energy, lot of social injustice, and the desire to create a new balance. So I don't know what will happen with this world, but is in full change, searching for a divine balance, a global balance. A global balance will be fantastic, isn't it? So it's all about developing spiritual destiny, spiritual also discipline with Saturn, and at the same time being authentic, being the real you. So this full moon is quite interesting. And when I look at the Sabian symbol, it's an image attached to each degree of the circle of the zodiac. Okay, it's a beautiful tool to bring a bit of magic and symbology and a metaphor or a story or a poem to a point in the chart. And because the moon at 23 degrees of Libra is quite emphasized, and it's like the finger of God, the yod is pointing to her during this full moon. It's like when you look in this book and we look at 24 degrees, the full degree of the zodiac, 23 degree, 20 minutes, we look at 24 degree. It's like the picture, if I read for you, it's a tree wing on the left side of a butterfly. So this, when we think about what this symbol says to you, a third wing on the left side of a butterfly. So first, there's a sense of awkwardness first, like this is a bit weird, or this is a bit of out of balance, a third wing, or this is an oddity, or this is a distortion, or this is a deformation, or it seemed like on the left side, which is on the emotional side, you know, the left side. And left in French means like gauche. Alors gauche also, there's a meaning of being gauche, being not right, being clumsy, voilà, clumsy. So there's a sense of imbalance with this image first, when we want, but when we see the butterfly is such a beautiful being. So there's imbalance on one side, distortion, oddity, but on the other side, there's beauty, beauty, lightness, you know. So the butterfly is full of grace. So there's difficulty on one side, and on the other side, say easy flowing, easy flying with grace with the butterfly. So, in fact, we can see this image like to be curiously beautiful, unusually beautiful, right? So it's like it's calling us, it's asked us to see the imperfection around and not to be judgmental. It's to accept the fragility, the oddity, the differences, to be very empathetic for those who are in difficulty, in fragility, you see? So this can create a bit of being too sensitive to these differences. And seeing the world very tough when you have a three wings and butterfly, you can't fly. So it's asking you to find a new balance out of the normality, because the normality is two wings. So with three wings, what can I do? If I've got three wings, I need to regain first. The first thing is to breathe. Breathe between the inhale and exhale, between the suffering and the growth. It's this time between Pisces and Aries is to ask you to breathe, to find a new balance, to bring a balance. And this time is to find a new balance with three wings and to embrace this beautiful imperfection. Because when you fly with your three wings, it's where you realize you are unique. You're not normal, you are different. So it's to embrace your unique identity, a three wings being. And as a consequence, you become so much good and sensitive to recognize and appreciate the uniqueness of others, you know? So this time is to find your true self, to learn how to fly with three wings. And these wings, she brings to you new potential, new ways. And so it's where you see life like in the Hawaiian principle, Kala, there's no limit. There's plenty possibilities, okay? So this third wing, she brings illimitable possibilities, potential, you know? So, but it's only, you can only harvest the fruit of your efforts only when you are standing in your own unique self, you know, your own uniqueness. Then you can be flowing the next phase of your life. You can jump the fool in your next journey is got a trio of wings to jump into the unknown. So use this extra wing, you know, because if you don't use it, you know, and if you use it in a negative way, it's where you might, you know, you see like when the butterfly lose already one wing, you know, it's got an odd, not an even number of wings, only one or one or three. So it can turn on himself, you know, he turn on himself, round and round, and then to death, till death arrive. So use these third wings with a little tilt, for example, a little um, with Uranus, combining, incorporated with this desire of the moon to find a new balance. He said, find a new angle, put yourself, stand in a new way, move yourself to gain a different point of gravity, a different balance with gravity, find a new pitch, a new vibration, a new wave, a new magnetic field, new pulsion, find a new harmonic, a new music, to be attuned to your environment. Okay, and since you got 3 wings now, um, like that, when you do that, instead to turn round and round, you're going to turn your life as a sparrow, very ascending and full of growth and success. So find the right balance at this time, the right pitch, the right angle, the right attitude as well. So it's not too much, not too little. So find the ability to change your frequency. Turn the dial, like we said. So with these symbols, you can see that you are born to fly. Even the fool think, I am going to fly, isn't he? He's going to fly, yes. So are you ready or not to fly? But take your time. It's a time of training. It's not like, that's it, I've got 3 wings, I fly 3 wings. No. It's a time of trials and error also. So, but this wing is there. It's not going anywhere. So it's still there. So at the moment, cherish your water child. Saturn, Venus, Saturn being a parent. Be parent your water child. Parents about, Saturn's about determination. So be determinate, um, be the fullest you can be, Change at the moment is your challenge between Pisces and Aries. It's a big change. It's a big jump, jump. So change is your challenge between Pisces and Aries. So you are leaving the salt waters of the ocean, and you are entering the sweet waters of the land, right? So you're a bit like a salmon. Sometimes it seems like at this time you swim against the flow of the river, but there's a purpose for that, all right? So you are strongly swimming against the flow of the river because Saturn is there. Saturn says it's a hard work. It's a hard swim to reach the interland. Because when you are in the interland, very soon, it's to research the source. The source of what? The source of me. Where's the source of me? This is me. This is your life journey start. And it's not an easy journey. So forge ever onward. This might be your motto. I forge ever onward. Go strong, grow strong, yeah. So it's a time still because Venus is still retrograde. Tomorrow she's going to be stationary direct. So, it's still a time of reflection onto your journey, Remember the time of burning ground. Select what you want to keep for the rest, for the new journey, for the season to come. It's a very watery time. There's a lot of cleansing at this time. There's a lot of wash away of detritus, okay, of the past. All right. So do that. Burn the ground to go freely into the tomorrow. Okay. So it's allow you, it's demand you. This time is demand you to be committed to yourself. Commitment is your friend. Yes. And And you go with determination and courage. Neptune is in Aries, full of courage now, right? So when you are in harmony with your uniqueness, nothing can stop you. So it's where you are at the moment. You are free to move forward. So seek within for the flame that bears your name. Voilà. Thank you very much. Blessed be everybody.